Hello, I'm Miss Buxton. I am going to be sharing with you how to create an interactive digital timeline today. So I'd like to show you an example so that you can have a good idea of what your end product could look like. So I'm just looking at this woman in computing timeline here, and I am just going to be scrolling, and you can see that there's images, there's titles, and then there's text that make it come alive. You can see this one has a video here, which is kind of cool. And then I don't know if you've been noticing, but on the bottom here, I can also jump around at different events so that I can kind of see in relation to one another what's happening. All right, I can zoom in or I can zoom out depending on how many events that you have on the timeline and depending on what you're hoping to see. The benefits of having a digital timeline is that you can kind of make the end user more comfortable with seeing things just kind of in a different way. This software uses Google Sheets as its platform. And if you choose to go digital for this project, what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you select the events that you have been working on researching, and we are going to have you put it in a Google form. So the process is a little bit more streamlined than using Google Sheets. In order to do this, we are going to have you go to bit.ly/Civil War Battles Timeline. And when I do that, it's going to force a copy of this Google form. It asks me to make a copy, and then it's also going to ask me if I want to restore the missing folders. And yes, I do want to restore the missing folders. Okay, so now I have access to sort of like this back end form. This is the editing view of the Google form. To view the form, I'm going to select the little preview eye. Okay, and then I can start to enter data as I need to. If I need to go back to the editing, I'm going to click on the little pencil down here. And then I can go back to the editing part of the form. Before we get started though, I want to make sure that we retitle our Google form. Okay, that's step one. Step two is we actually have to add our collaborators. So you're going to go to the three dots in the corner and you're going to add whoever you need to add. So in this case, I'm going to add my colleague here. And then I'm going to make sure that he is an editor. So I'm going to share that. And now he is able to edit. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my view form. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take all the information that I've researched here, or the things that I need, so 3 of the events or battles, and I am going to add it to the form. I'm just going to fill out a form. I'm going to highlight something here as well. I am going to make sure that you know that any of the asterisk ones are required for you to complete. Most of the other questions do not have an asterisk. Okay, the title you need to complete, the text that describes the battle you should complete, and then you want to make sure that you upload an image. Okay, and that's just like adding a file. And then I can browse, I can go to my drive, or I can go to any sort of recent uploads that I've done. Okay, and then I submit. Okay, I am going to submit a Google form for each of the different battles that I'm adding into the spreadsheet. Okay, so I want to make sure that I know that. I'm going to resubmit the form for each different battle. All right, so when I'm ready to submit the next response, I'm just going to submit another response and do the same thing for the next battle. If you or your partners are not sure if you entered a specific battle, or if you're not sure if you entered the correct text for the specific battle that you're working on, we can go to the edit. Okay, and so here you'll see under responses, under this tab, you can see all the responses that have come in. All right, and over here I can check the text that describes the battle. Okay, so if I needed to edit this text, I actually have to do it in the Google Sheet. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to select the link to Google Sheets. The first time you do this, you have to create the Google Sheet, and only one person in your group needs to create the sheet. The next time you do it, you'll see it now says View in Sheets. So you just have to click on that, and it will bring you to that same sheet. Okay, and you can see here that this is the entry that I have, and if I need to edit part of this, I can just add some words here, and that is how I can edit my text and make sure that I have submitted the correct text. And this is essentially what you're going to be doing for the first part of creating your digital timeline. So once again, you're going to go to the bit.ly link that's provided, and then someone in your group is going to force that copy. Someone in your group is going to share as collaborators with the partners. And then everyone will go to the view form, which is that little I, so that you can start entering your data. And then if you need to edit or view your data entry, you can click on the little pencil to edit your form. You can go to settings to check if you need to edit or if you have submitted the entry, the data entry for your battle. And then if you need to edit that, you can go into the Google Sheet so that you can edit the text. I am going to be stopping by tomorrow to support your class to see if you have any questions, and also I'm going to show you the next part of the publishing.